Hi everyone, we are going to look into this reading and see what is coming through. It's a free roam reading, which means that we could go in any direction. The title of the reading, I'm sure, will give you an idea as to where the reading does head. But I did want to mention a few things as well. This is for all star signs. So if you're here, hello and welcome. I feel like it can be a sign in itself that there are some messages for you. I also wanted to mention as well that if you would like to win a free reading with me, check out the description box below, since I do a giveaway every single month. Any personal services are also listed down below, linked down below. And on shopmoonlightguidance.com, there's personal tarot readings, intention items to manifest different areas of your life, black magic energy removal, rituals, you know, and all that good stuff. It's literally all there. Prayers as well. And then there's the intention items, which thousands of people have seen results with as well. So the review section for that is at the bottom of my website. There's, you know, the handmade, meditated with, and sage. There's bracelets, necklaces, anklets, pom-poms, tassels, embroidered cards, which you can put under your pillow, wallet, or your purse, sage bundles, candles, teas, etc. All right, let's begin, okay, and see what's coming through. Oh. I'm trying to shuffle it. It's like going nowhere. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Cards are a little, I don't know. They're not sticky. It's just that they're a bit, they have their own way of working today. And then also I have a plaster on this one, so it's not giving me enough flexibility. Wow. Hold on a second. It's because of the plaster. Just look at my finger, like when I'm trying to do this. Okay. Okay. I was having some technical difficulties, some tarot technical difficulties. Okay, here we go. All right. So someone here made the decision to let you go. By let you go, I say that nicely. I feel like this is more of a discarding energy, you know, where they were just like, let's, you know, I don't want to do this anymore. It really hurt you. It really frustrated you. It really upset you. And to that I say sorry, because I really don't feel that this is your fault, but the way in which they did this, it definitely makes you feel like it's your fault and that you should have done something about it, or that you could have done something to save the situation. I just feel that this is them, and what's really important to know here is the Five of Swords definitely shows that they're just not in a great place mentally and emotionally. Judgment here shows they made that decision from a place of insecurity, not really from a place of, let's say, like, more so from a place of insecurity and ego. And even with Judgment as well, you know, they just, it's awful, because I just see here that they just thought, okay, that them doing this would somehow make their life better. And what I see here is that it's kind of done the opposite. It's literally done the opposite. Okay, so then there's that. I have a lot to share with you in this reading. I really do. What's really interesting here as well with the Star and the Ace of Swords is they thought, you know what, if I go towards someone new, I'll be happier, I'll feel free, I won't feel as emotionally overwhelmed and burdened. Now, that's not to say that you're a burden, okay, because you're not. What they felt with you was very strong. Still to this day is very strong. They've never had that kind of connection with anybody in their life. So when you think about the intensity that you brought to the connection, that is the intensity of, you know, attraction, chemistry, a soul bond, a soul connection that they have not had with someone else, but it scared them, okay? At that time, it scared them. So they thought, oh my gosh, this is too much, can't handle it right now, I'm not in a place to be able to do this. Let me let go of this and go towards someone who is less. I know, crazy, right? Is less in terms of energy. I don't have to, you know, constantly answer back to them. I don't need to do this. I don't need to do that. It's just an easy situation, but it doesn't feel overwhelming. You see why? Because their vibrational energy is what they want to attract. So you're a high vibrational person. They're, you know, low vibrational. So it just felt too much for them. Now they have basically lowered their standard, let's say. So now low vibrational attracts low vibrational. But as they're continuing to grow, they're realizing that that situation is not good for them. So what's really happening here is that they discarded you, okay? So they dumped you, or by the way, dumped is a very like famous way of saying that someone let you go. I don't know how it translates in other places around the world, so I know that that probably sounds really harsh, and if you don't have that terminology in the country you're in, then it can probably sound like I'm just being really like rude and stuff like that, but it's an actual term here in the UK well, I probably shouldn't have used it. It's quite harsh, isn't it? But when someone like lets you go, or they separate with you, or they break up with you, let's just say, or they separate with you, you know, there's this really strong energy here of them thinking that this is going to make their life better. But actually, what I see here is that it's teaching them a big lesson. Okay, so they discarded you. Okay. Which again also sounds quite harsh, although that's quite a strong terminology from like different traits. So, you know, sociopaths, narcissists, you know, they use the word discarding. Okay, so that's what happened, okay? Both of you went this way. Now, what's happened next is that they've thought to themselves, okay, I need someone to match my energy, and I'm just going to feel happier, I'm going to feel better, because that situation was too much. They are, okay, around a low vibrational person. Low vibrational. Or they have been around a low vibrational person. They aren't a terrible person, okay? This person that did this to you is not a terrible person, but their energy attracted what they needed. Unfortunately, their energy has basically created karma for them. Because karma is memory, okay? And the Akashic Records stores all this memory, okay, for how they've treated you. They're going to get hit back with this. And we don't wish, you know, that people get hit back with such things. But the universe teaches people lessons in their own way. And so what I'm seeing here, okay, is that this third party, okay, I say third party like this because you might not actually really properly be with this person at this very point in time. And if you are, okay, and if you are in a third party situation, okay, then this also does make sense. But this third party, the other person here in this situation who has come through as a result of, by the way, this person, your person here, okay, wanting the third party. Let's just make that very clear, okay? Because I see this very, very often, and you just have to really mention this as well. A lot of the times when there is a third party, people always blame the third party, right? They hold a grudge against the third party. They don't realize that their person is the one that's chosen the third party. So if you are having serious problems with the third party, hold your person accountable as well. You know, because a lot of people make their person just appear like they are, you know, an angel, like they're the most incredible person. They probably are, you know, they could be, yes. However, you have to hold them accountable as well because they made a choice to entertain that, right? So you want to keep the energy in that place. Otherwise, you're fantasizing about them and making them out to be this perfect person whilst villainizing the third party when they've actually chosen the third party. Do you know what I mean? So what's really important is that if you have this hatred against the third party, what you have to understand is that your person actually ended up choosing the third party. That's where they're at, you know. So it's really important because a lot of people, especially, you know, in cheating and things like that, people always blame the other person. And whilst, yes, the other person can definitely have a problem, technically it's your person that chose to also partake in that. So that's another thing to really keep in mind, is that you want to keep the energy in a neutral place. Not in a neutral place of like you shouldn't feel anything, but neutral place of, you know, this is right and this is not great, and holding them accountable and responsible is very important. Okay, anyways, so what I'm trying to say here is that don't forget that they chose this third party situation, right? And they chose to let you go. They chose to do that. That was their action. Did it come from a place of insecurity? Did it come from a place of trauma, not having had love like this before and it overwhelming them? Absolutely. But they've got their own learning and growing to do. And karma is one in which that they are going to absolutely be dealing with, and absolutely they are going to have to face the consequences here of this third party person not treating them very well at all. This third party is going to embarrass them. Okay, so when they go out to places, when they go here and there, and they're having conversations, you know, the third party is going to be very embarrassing. I'm talking about things like, you know, they could be going out, say for example, they go to a party or something, the third party could really, really be very embarrassing, perhaps drinks a little bit too much, you know, makes a scene, causes some arguments, says things that are not very nice, okay, to people, you know, around them, or if they introduce them to their friends or their family members, says some things that are very, very questionable. And that's the thing that I see here, is that they're going to be really embarrassed by this very low vibrational energy, because your person here is growing and is trying to grow. It's just they've had some really big difficulties in the past. Like I said, this person's not a bad person, but you have to hold them accountable as well. You know, I think that's really important to realize and recognize that this is where they are at. And yes, a person can grow, but you have to like treat them for who they are right now. And I think that's really important, especially with the Queen of Pentacles. You know, like they just thought like, oh, this will be fine. Like I will have, you know, happiness and joy, and I'll just go in this particular direction with this third party. Like it's all going to be completely fine. And what they're realizing is it's not fine. It's not fine at all, because this situation reminds them of you and how you would never embarrass them. You would always be supportive and generous and kind and respectful and extremely genuine. And they're starting to regret discarding you. They're starting to regret dumping you. They're starting to regret ditching you. All the D's. All the D's, yeah, okay. Move along, Moonlight. So we've got the Ace of Swords, which is an epiphany. We've got the Ace of Cups here, which really triggers their emotions towards you. Yes, they have emotions. I know. they do. Deep down. You know, Wheel of Fortune, Magician. This is them, you know, this is Mercury, information, ideas. I'm actually filming this during a Mercury retrograde, by the way. So, you know, Mercury retrogrades are also very, very highly triggering. Very, very triggering for a person to realize the mistakes that they are making. You know, they thought their life would be a certain way. Little do they realize that it's the complete opposite, and that actually by losing you, they are also dealing with some issues in their finances. From what I'm seeing here, like their finances have changed. And with the King and the Queen of Pentacles, I literally see here that they're starting to see you more as, you know, this counterpart energy, someone who is genuine and kind and caring and respectful. They thought that this new person would be like that, right? But what they're now realizing is actually you are the person that's like that, and the counterpart is so low vibrational and not a very nice person at all to be around, and they only really care about themselves. The third party is who I'm talking about now. So, whew, my gosh, you know, like this is a classic case of someone moving on thinking their life would oh my gosh, sorry, someone moving on, their life getting, you know, them feeling like their life would get better, and then it actually doesn't get any better, and then they realize, you know, what they had all along was something that they should have cherished and loved and really been there for. At the end of the day, you know, they cause these issues, they've got to be the ones to fix it. Okay, so don't feel that you have to sit there and wait for them to get over this third party situation. Don't feel that you have to constantly you know, keep tabs with them and all this good stuff. You know, the main thing here is, do you take care of yourself, live your best life. That is enough to also spiritually trigger them to come towards you. I don't see that you need to like literally sit there and wait for them to come to you. That's just going to hurt you more. We've got here the Two of Wands. We've got the Seven of Cups, which shows that they do dream about you and daydream about you. They also see, and are going to, by the way, as well, see many more of your qualities and characteristics as extremely genuine and kind because of what they are learning in terms of the truth with the third party, who is not very kind to them. The third party is extremely immature. Is someone who isn't really a great what do you call it, great role model, not role model, but someone, you know, is not a great supportive person. They're just selfish. There you go. It's very selfish, you know, controlling, like, oh, do this for me and do this for me and do this for me, and I want this and I want that. So they don't really like that. And we have here the Six of Cups as well, which is definitely a card of nostalgia, which they're going to have towards you. And this is all going to be a realization through the chaos that they are going through right now in regards to the third party. And also with the Four of Wands as well, there's a really powerful energy here of them realizing, you know, just how they've treated you and how much more progressive they need to be. And when I say progressive, I feel like it's a word that doesn't get used a lot, and I know so many of you ask me, like, what does progressive mean? Maybe I made up the word, I'm not actually sure, but as far as I kind of use the word, it's me basically trying to say that they're going to progress things, right? They're going to progress things, they're going to grow, they're going to understand things, they're going to learn, they're going to be able to make more things work with you. That's what I mean in terms of my version of that word, from what I'm picking up on. So that is what I have right there. All right, so you know, it's hard. I'm sure it's hard, you know. Boom. It's exactly what I mentioned. it's literally exactly what I don't even know what to say. That's the most amazing thing, you know, is that the message cards really sum up the reading strongly. They're really not used to the kind of love that you give them. You know, they are used to a very low vibrational kind of love, even from childhood. And I mean, I'm not even going to explain that card. Do you know why? Because I literally just, yeah, I've already mentioned it. And it's just, I'm speechless, honestly, as well. You know, sometimes it just says the exact same thing. And then we've got here the shame, that shame that eats me at how, oh my gosh, I can't even read today. The shame that eats at me for how I've treated you. Oh yeah, they're going to feel very shameful for how they've treated you, and just, you know, realizing actually at the same time, like, oh, you know, I didn't grow up with this kind of love, and now I know what it means. I know how, you know, what compromise is, because they're going to literally realize that through the third party. In many ways, the third party is a lesson brought in by the universe. And I think that that's what really needed to happen in order for them to realize your worth and your value, not because they didn't see it, but remember that they have had a lot of difficulties also in their childhood, and they haven't been taught this, you know, and I think this is the way, the universe's way of teaching them so that they can have a healthy relationship in the future. So that's what we have there. All right, so I really hope this reading helped you, and definitely do take care as well, and I will see you all very soon. Bye everyone. Bye. Oh, also, just wanted to mention, completely forgot to mention the affirmation of the reading. The affirmation here is, you know, it's quite interesting. I think the affirmation here is, actually, I don't actually know what the affirmation is. I feel like I did, and then it kind of went away, and maybe there isn't an affirmation to this reading. So comment your own affirmation for the reading. Let me know in the comment section below for sure. And yeah, I just wanted to mention that everything's always at the linked down below. Also, there is the services, personal readings, all that good stuff. It's always there for your convenience, and I also have TikTok and Instagram as well, so check it out if you're interested, and I'll see you all very soon. Yeah, comment your own affirmation down below. Bye!